because I just got back from a trip to Hawaii and I have a lot to say about it. I truly believe that vacationing with children anywhere you go is just parenting in a different zip code. What I will tell you is having a child who is newly walking is a true pain in my butt because she wants to get down and explore. And she's 50-50 on whether or not she chooses to do that walking or she chooses to do that crawling. And you know what I don't want? Her crawling on the floor in public places. One of the things that I feel really fortunate about is that when you are vacationing, aka parenting in a different zip code, especially when you're going to a place with multiple bodies of water, you got to bring in the troops. And by that, I mean, we took family. We took family with us. We took 4 grandparents and one of my nieces, because I'll be damned if we're not in man-to-man coverage at any given moment. And also, none of our parents, all 4 grandparents, none of them had ever been to the islands that we went to. We were on Maui and we were on Lanai, and the girls love it. They love getting to take the people they love most with us, and it's fun and we love that. So my biggest tip for vacationing, if you can, is hands. I love Hawaii. I love it so much. I love the culture. I love the food. I love the people. Everyone there that we interacted with was lovely. If it were closer, I would go back on a very regular basis. I will say that we caught the very tail end of the storms that Hawaii was experiencing. So I think maybe we could we could find a link to help support the Hawaiian people and communities that were impacted by the storms, because there was a significant amount of damage on certain islands. And I think that we can do good things around supporting them. That's it for Can I Be Honest? Next up, you guys sent in so many questions. I'm just going to get right into them with a brand new edition of Ask Me Some Things, because Ask Me Anything was far too open-ended. Ask Me Some Things is brought to you today by Tax Act. I think this goes without saying, but you can ask me some things. Just don't ask me about taxes. That's for Tax Act. Everybody knows that. And before I get into the questions I will answer, I just want to say to literally everybody, I know it usually comes from a good place, not always, but quit asking me and my mother-in-law about upcoming nuptials. Nobody's fucking telling you anything. I don't have any details. I have no details. I have none. Look at that. That's how many details I have. None. Stop fucking asking me. Stop fucking asking my mother-in-law. TMZ. Fucking being creeps in the fucking airport. Ew. Here's the deal. Even if I did have any information, I'm not fucking telling you. That's private information. If I had it. Private information between family. So A and B, see your way out. You see what I did there? And while we're talking about A and B and C and letters, TMZ, SMA. How about that? For anyone who's confused about that, suck my ass. Can we get a graphic? Suck my ass. How about that? Great. Perfect. I feel like we appropriately nailed that. And I would just like to say, I recently went on Conversations with Cam, and Cam did it appropriately because she brought it up as a joke. Because she's an intelligent woman who knows how ridiculous that question is. You get it? Silly. Cut it out. I mean, you can here's the deal. You know what? Keep fucking asking. You know what my answer is going to be? I know nothing. Suck my ass. No, actually, my answer, I'm done with the answer. I know nothing. My new answer, suck my ass. I'm going to get a headband with LED lights and it's going to say, suck my ass. And I'm just going to have a little button. It's going to turn on the minute someone asks me about it. Suck my ass. Okay. Now that that's been addressed, I'm going to go through as many of these as I can rapid fire. First up from Real One, Kate speaks. How do the girls feel about the Easter Bunny? Scary? No, the Easter Bunny is not scary because we do not go to do photos with the Easter Bunny. I know better than that. We are not a mascot family except for the Philly Fanatic. Swoop still is sometimes at a distance. Sometimes we're into him. Sometimes we're not. For those of you who don't know, Swoop is the Eagles' eagle mascot. We've seen him a million times at this point and we're still unsure. So I'm not taking my children to go do the crying experience at the Easter Bunny because quite honestly, I would cry if I had to smell that too. Sorry, Easter Bunnies. You know those suits don't smell good. Anyway, they enjoy the Easter Bunny because he leaves an Easter egg hunt. So, and Easter baskets, more importantly. So, that's it. They love him.
The Not Gonna Lie host pulled back the curtain on what really happens when Uncle Travis and his superstar fiancée walk through the door. And the answer is pure, joyful, airborne chaos. It was supposed to be a Super Bowl week podcast episode. The NGL Uncle Trav special fans had been waiting for was finally here. Kylie Kelce joined by her brother-in-law Travis for an electric Super Bowl episode of Not Gonna Lie. What nobody fully anticipated was just how much warmth, humor, and genuine family chaos would pour out of it. The February 6th episode of Kylie Kelce's Not Gonna Lie podcast delivered everything fans could ask for. Travis Kelce sat down with his sister-in-law for a wide-ranging conversation that touched on his niece's adorable demands, a sly nod to his off-season availability, and the engagement to Taylor Swift that has the entire Kelce family buzzing. But it was one specific, brilliantly funny revelation about what happens when Uncle Travis and Taylor Swift show up to visit that sent the internet into an absolute spiral, and for very good reason. The podcast host detailed how her and Jason Kelce's 4 daughters, Wyatt, 6, Elliot, 4, Bennett, 2, and Finn, 10 months, spend time with their uncle and his fiancée Taylor Swift, and it requires some creative lifting. When Kylie turned her brother-in-law and asked, point blank, what the girls make him do whenever he visits, Travis didn't even need a second to think about it. Air time. They want to be anti-gravity. Travis, 36, shared in the February 6th episode of Kylie's Not Gonna Lie podcast. They want to be in the air flying, just acting as planes. If you've ever watched Travis Kelce celebrate a touchdown with the unbridled energy of a man who truly loves what he does, you can probably picture exactly what this looks like. A 6'5" NFL tight and launching small children skyward while they squeal with joy. But Kylie wasn't done. She then broke down each daughter's specific behavior when Travis and Taylor come through the front door, and the specificity of it made the moment go viral almost instantly. All of the kids are, well, Bennett thinks your legs don't work. That's ridiculous, right? The 33-year-old joked to her brother-in-law. And the big girls are like, you can throw us for 7 hours straight. Read that again. 2-year-old Bennett, still firmly in the toddler years, has apparently decided that Uncle Travis's legs are completely non-functional the moment he arrives, and that he exists purely to carry her wherever she needs to go. Meanwhile, Wyatt and Elliot, the 2 oldest, have determined that Travis is essentially a human amusement park with no operating hours, no height restrictions, and absolutely no closing time. Travis's response to this boundless demand on his 6'5" frame? When Kylie asked how his body was holding up after all the aerial acrobatics his 4 nieces demand of him, the 36-year-old tight end reassured everyone. We're good now, he said while pretending to bench press the air. The air